Welcome my people. This is Kahima YouTube channel. You are most welcome.
Hi Karina. How are you? I just want to ask, sorry, about your childhood till now. Is it possible I can ask you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay, my sister.
Okay, like how do you and your parents live when you started your school, to primary, to secondary?
Okay. I was born in Isingiro, in a village called Masha Kabelebele, and I studied from St. Lawrence Primary School in Yamitanga. That was primary level. Then secondary level, I went to Immaculate Heart, Nyakivale, Rukunjiri. Then went to Light Secondary, Chisoma. Then from there, I went to Nkozi for my tertiary institution.
Okay. So the tertiary institution is like college, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Then in Isingiro, I grew up in a family of many siblings. My mom had 5, but he passed on. My dad had more than 23 siblings, so I was the third born. And growing up, I was among the third. I was the third born of my dad and the third born of my mom. So when I grew up, I was living with my 2 stepmothers in the same house, who were so lovely. One passed on, another one is still alive. And by the way, I never knew that they were not my mothers. They treated me very well. And I knew about my mom when I was in Form 5. That's when my neighbor called me around and told me, do you know that that one is not your mom?
Oh.
So I was so inquisitive to know why she told me that she's not my mom. Because we look alike. She's brown, I'm brown. And the one they showed me that was my mom, she was very dark. So I was like confused. I said, how come that they told me my stepmother is not my mom? So that's how I grew up in a family of 2 stepmothers. So in a nutshell, I had 3 mothers.
Well, that's good.
And I lived with my grandma, who also passed on. My grandma was so good. We used to stay together. So I was living in a family of 3 women, but looked after by 4 women. So that's why I'm the strongest.
Yeah, like so in some countries like my country, we do have that. It's like polygamy. We have it, but some stepmoms are good, like as you said for yours. Some stepmoms in my country, my sister, they can kill their kids when they're angry with their, like when the husband is not doing things which they are expecting. Then their anger will go on the kids, innocent kids, that from another mother. You see, I mean the stepmother. Some stepmother is really good, but for you, oh, I'm so proud that your stepmothers are really good. They take good care of you.
Okay, for me, my dad died when I was in Form 1, but my stepmother is the one who looked after me, paid school fees for me up to Form 6. She used to pay school fees, buy buy for me everything that I needed for school until I reached. So I'm so grateful because they looked after me. Even the one who died before, she used to look after me, buying for me the stuff that I needed, and she was also my friend. So I lived a good life.
Yes, you are.
Because
you are blessed with nice, beautiful stepmothers. Yes.
All my stepmothers were good people.
That's why you came this far. You see, you are blessed with a nice husband.
I was blessed with 4 women in my life.
Yeah. Back in my country, I told you, it's not that easy. Only few ladies have a good heart, can take care of the stepkids. Else, they can put you out. When they see the man is coming, they will pretend to be good women and will respect you.
Yeah, even if they pretended, but they gave me what I am today. There is a difference between pretending and doing the work. I wasn't burnt. I wasn't tortured. And I think I was the most stubborn kid a person could handle. Very stubborn, but they trained me well.
Yeah, you are right. Okay, so your stepmom that look after you, is she still living right now?
Yeah, one of them is still alive. She's still living. She's so good, and up to now she's still at home.
Does she have some kids for your dad?
Yeah, she has around 9. Yeah, I think
9 kids.
9 kids.
Your siblings?
Yeah.
Like sometimes, do you think of her when you were in New Zealand?
I think of my family.
All the time?
I think of them. They are good. And I miss them.
Yeah, of course.
I miss them.
Because they treat you nicely, honestly. You are blessed. As I told you, like back in my country, what the stepmoms do to the kids. Kids, which is not like the one that you are telling me. So those ladies, your stepmoms, they have a beautiful heart, honestly. That's why they brought you this far, and you are here. And I know you are a nice lady, my sister. You will, when you have something, when you are blessed with things, I see you will still bless your stepmom.
Yeah.
The one that was really sweating to brought you this far, and because of her, you are here.
Yeah.
So do you communicate with them sometimes?
Yeah, I communicate with them, and they are still good.
Wow.
All of them, I communicate with all of them.
Your brothers, your siblings?
Yeah, my brothers, my sisters, my aunties, they are good friends. And even my village mates.
Okay, and apart from that, when you went to tertiary institution, like, you say you were a teacher, right? So you were teaching for how many years? How long since you met your kids?
I started teaching in my vacation, senior 6 vacation. Then I started teaching in secondary schools, although I taught in different schools. I taught in Masaka, I taught in Kampala district, I taught in Entebbe. So I was a teacher for all seasons. Of course, you know, as teachers who teach history, the way we talk, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. That's how I see. That's how you act. You're good to be a teacher. That's why. That's your profession. God bless you in that way. Yeah.
And I love it. I love being a teacher, especially a teacher of history. When I see people talking about what is happening now, it happened a long time ago. Although we are trying to forget the history, but that is how things were and they will be.
Okay,
so we learn from the past.
You are right. So do you think if there's some opportunity in New Zealand, do you think you can teach again in New Zealand?
No way. I can't.
But
I can't. I don't want to go back to teaching. I'm soon retiring.
Okay, then we have to since we are sisters, we both are here.
Yeah.
We need to help each other and look for some ways that we can at least look for job, can help back our family back in the village.
Business.
Yeah. So right now, at least we are doing something here that can.
We are trying to do something.
Do something that because I see from here, like New Zealand, their way of standard, way of living, and way of education-wise is a bit different. Like they are good in speaking, some kids, and they are not good in like exam and this in the class. In speaking, too good they are. In black and white. Because I see from my girlfriend's kids, they are top in the school. All the whites are there, but the black ones are top in the school. I hope the kids here in Africa doing that. And all that.
I think African kids are very clever.
Yeah.
Even when you look at the history, you'll find out that those who invented important things were Africans.
Yes, Africans, yeah.
Starting from the smallest thing like mailbox was invented by Africans.
Yeah.
So they are clever.
Yeah. Okay, I'm happy. Like, wow.
Then when you look at the way how I used to live, like when I started my first experience, when I started teaching, it was funny. You would go to class, students would give you nicknames according to your color.
Your color, yeah.
And when I grew up, I found out that my color was the best. Because there are many people who want to have the same color, brown like mine. But when I was just starting to teach, I was given different names.
Yeah, that's right.
You know those nicknames?
Yeah.
Did you get a nickname? You never got a nickname. You never asked the students how they call you. But for me, I was given different nicknames according to my color.
Yeah, because some Africans...
Albino, Bogoya.
Yes. No, some they do that. Some people, they nicknames like that in the school.
Yeah.
But like me, no, I'm just black. I'm brown, yeah. So like
they would give you nicknames.
Yes, in your country, like most of them are really black, but you are brown. You look like my color, we look brown. Most of them Ugandans, like I see very black. They're very black, but when I see you, I don't think you are Uganda when I first met you. I never thought that you are Ugandan. I thought that you are from
Congo.
From Congo, Congolese, or
from
Sudan. Sudan or Pacific. Anyway, first, but when I came closer and when I saw you, I said, oh, this is Africa.
You realized that
I realized
you are
it.
Uganda.
Yeah, so that's why I asked you, Master, where are you from? Africa. Which part of Africa? I said, I mentioned it by myself because I knew they were African, sister. There's a Uganda. Oh, Ugandans are nice people anyway.
They are very
so
good.
I think I'm happy how you came from your childhood days, how you grow up, how you came.
And my experience in a secondary school, we had to carry, metal boxes. The metal box. The box that is made of metal. I missed that because I never carried one. I was from, a well-to-do family. So instead of buying for me that metal box, they bought for me a real suitcase. Leather suitcase. That's the one they bought for me. So I was like, when I grow up, I'll buy that metal suitcase, and I used to see girls sitting on it. Mine, you couldn't sit on it because it was a luxury suitcase. Did you have those boxes?
No, I don't.
The wooden boxes?
Wooden boxes, the big ones. Yeah, it's like a suitcase, so you can. But it's very happy, my goodness. How can you lift that one up?
You enjoyed carrying those boxes, beginning of the term and the end of the term.
My goodness. So that's what you normally do when it's secondary?
Yeah, when you reach secondary.
But is it a punishment or like you...
It's a metal box, like that, electric metal.
So how do you carry it around?
I didn't carry one from senior one up to when I finished.
Okay, so how far is from your home and the school?
It was a bit distance because I was, it was one district to another. So I was from Isingiro. I went to the third district. That is from Isingiro, Mbarara, Ntungamo, then Rukunjiri.
Oh, my sister, you have done so many crazy things.
I missed that. And we used to carrying those maize. You fry maize and you keep it in the suitcase with the wheat flour. When you're hungry, they would give us hot water. Then you make porridge.
Okay, porridge. Yeah.
Then you eat porridge, with maize. It was so funny. I really miss it. And I miss the biscuits that we used to carry with powdered milk. Instead of putting the powdered milk in the porridge, you would just suck.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Africans can do all kinds of things anyway. Okay, apart from that, how do you met your kid's father while you were teaching or like...
When I had finished studying.
Okay, yeah.
I never had a boyfriend.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
That was the funny part of it. And I used to admire those who had boyfriends.
Oh, love can catch you anytime, anywhere.
It
with unexpected things. Yeah.
Yeah, it caught me after studying. That's when I realized that, I'm in love.
Okay.
I never knew that love was so good until I finished studying. Wow. Yeah.
That's
so
good.
During my secondary school, what I missed is I became a prefect.
Yeah, for the
Form
school.
1.
Yeah, Form 1.
Form 2, a prefect. Then Form 3, I was the deputy minister of sports and games.
Okay.
So I would go in every sport.
You will always be there, present.
Yeah, in person. My name would be the first one.
Yeah.
The minister for sports, you have to register your name first. So we would not take buses, but would climb, lorries. You would climb on the lorry.
Oh, yeah.
You go on the lorry, then you go on singing. Driver, yongezo muliro, like speed up. Driver, yongezo muliro, yongezo muliro. Then on that, what I remember on those lorries, one day we are on a lorry from Kabale to Rukunjiri, we are from a game. So as we are coming, these trees that hang along the road, it bypassed on one eye and it almost came out. She was holding it like this, but fortunately when she went to the hospital, they put it back. So that's what I remember on those trips of games and sports.
So that sister is okay?
She's okay. She became okay. But again, by that time, we used to walk also on lorries and sit on the side of the lorry. So one of our teachers fell from the lorry and died instantly.
My goodness.
So we started fearing being on the lorry. So those are some fun things in the secondary school.
Yes.
Then digging, my friend, we could dig.
My goodness.
Digging every weekend, Saturday, would wake up very early in the morning, you bathe, then after bathing, after taking breakfast, you get the hoe. Immaculate Heart wasn't so easy to survive. You had to go and dig. But because I was a prefect, I couldn't dig, I was just supervising. But you would supervise unruly students. Supervising unruly students. You tell them, dig from here up to there. They are like, they abuse you all the day. They abuse you. because you're telling them to. They wouldn't abuse that head teacher. That was indirect rule. The head teacher would sit in the office, then tell prefects to go and supervise those who dig. So the abusers will all go to the prefect, which was so bad. And in secondary, we had, this kind of entertainment. Our school was a single school. It was a single school. So we would go for entertainment in another school, boys' school. Okay. So our school was Immaculate Heart, but we had nearby boys' schools. That is St. Gerard, and we had Makobore, we had Kabare. So every time would have such an entertainment. And we had prom. Our proms, you had to visit the boys' schools. Girls would dress up to kill and go to the
visit the dormitory.
You prepare yourself for that time during the holiday.
So when you go, you will talk.
My dear,
talk to the boyfriend.
If you don't receive a letter at the beginning of the term, no, after the entertainment day, if you don't receive the letter the following Monday from the mailbox, you would find yourself on the notice board, the ugliest girl in Immaculate Heart, because you have not received the letter from any boy. And if you refuse to dance, every Sunday there was dancing. If you refuse to dance, you would find yourself on the chalkboard when they have written the names of those who failed to dance. So it was so interesting.
Everybody has to, entertain yourself.
Entertain.
Yeah, nobody must be left behind.
If it is the dormitory time, you all go to the dormitory, and they lock them. If it is class time, you go to classes. If it is entertainment, everybody. And if they invite boys to your school, you had to dance
with them.
Squeeze by force.
That's them.
Yeah, by force. It was so interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, because our school was headed by Catholic sisters.
Yeah.
You know the
nuns. Sisters.
The nuns.
Yeah, nuns.
So it was so interesting.
Oh yeah, like for us, it's like you cannot go to the boys' dormitory. No, you can't. It's our custom. You cannot hug.
We couldn't go to the boys' dormitories because they were not there. The schools were a distance. Okay. Like you had to board a bus to go there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when I reached in Form 5, it was another story. I went to a mixed school. In a mixed school, I can't even imagine what was there. I was like, you mean girls can sit with boys? I was imagining you.
Because you came from the school where only female ladies were in, girls.
Yeah, it was boys and girls. And my first time when I entered the classroom, I found boys. I was like, what is this I'm seeing? And do you know what the teacher said? It was time for geography. So they told me, go and sit there. And I was like, this is a boy. Because I was used to sitting with girls around. Yeah, but when I reached in secondary school, I found, boys and girls sitting together. It was so funny. Then, I got used. And it was also fun because I also became the minister for health. I couldn't do chores. You know, I was on a silver plate all the time. When it comes to food, I would get the best food. When it comes to respect, I would be respected. But when I joined tertiary institution, that is where fire began. Fire began from entertainment. The day I reached there, that was the day for entertainment, welcoming newcomers. So I had to bump in the main hall.
Eh,
I danced myself to zero.
uh-huh.
Dance, 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 dance. Everyone was dancing. Everyone was putting, in Uganda they don't allow miniskirts.
Yeah.
Everyone was putting on a miniskirt because the dance was at night.
Okay.
So I enjoyed my tertiary institution. And when someone asks me, which part of the school would you like to go back? At least I can say I want to go back to the tertiary institution. It was so fun.
Yeah,
Maybe
nice.
it was so fun.
Yeah.
Then after that, I entered into teaching. My first day at school in a classroom. It was so funny.
What happened?
I found boys with beards, and I was like, am I going to teach these people or not?
Oh, goodness.
Because they were
Big.
some are big, some are
yeah.
tall, some with beards,
Beard,
some are.
yeah.
I was like, okay, let me try my best. Of course, I had to enter with Ngoni. You know the Ngoni?
Yeah.
The Ngoni from South Africa. That was the topic that I was going to teach that day. So I had to cram where they come from, where they are, all that.
Introduction.
So, introduction of the Ngoni.
Uh-huh.
And it was so good because we were supervised behind, and I came out with good results. They gave me good results. So that was how the institution was. From institution to marriage, that was another institution. From tertiary you go to University of Understanding, that is marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, I found marriage very, very hard.
Yeah.
Because of the neighbors talking. That teacher is married to that guy. Whoa! The words were like fire everywhere. And I never knew that I could preach at this time with this guy because of the words. The day I entered into marriage, that was the day when the word began. Oh,
Fire.
we marry on fire.
Hey.
If you don't have a strong husband, you can't get married.
My goodness.
Because people talk. They talk what they know and what they don't know about your marriage. And sometimes I would hear words and I'm like, God squeeze my stomach so that it can go slow. God squeezing your stomach. But again, I had some entertainment from church. From marriage, now I entered church institution where you had to go to church every week. At least in a week, 2 times. And I
keep yourself busy.
Yeah, not keeping myself busy. We
like
had
get good,
to go preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ, bringing people to God, moving up and down, looking for people and looking for money. You had to work, then you preach. Then you bring the results of what you have been preaching to the pastors. So it was also an interesting work because you would walk distances. You move house to house, preaching the gospel, which was so interesting. And through the Bible, that is how I found out from the Bible study where at church, I found out from a pastor who said, I can see God is taking you abroad, you and your children. I was like, what, me? Going abroad? I saw it was a dream.
But it was
that day when he told me that I was coming, I was like, Pastor, are you talking to me or you are talking to somebody else? Because by the time he told me I never had a passport, my children never had passports, my husband never had a passport. But when I came home, I was like, okay, God, do your way.
Yeah, God knows. The
Yeah.
pastor knows.
Yeah,
He knows.
God do your way.
Yeah.
So, as time went on, passports came in. As
That's how
time
God
went
works.
on, visas came in. Through church, I
Through
would
church.
know the step
Yeah.
by step. So you would go for church knowing that you are going to pray for other things, and they tell you God is saying you're going to do this, and you get it within a week or a month. So
That's in heaven.
yeah, that is how I found out that I was coming to New Zealand. In my mind, when I was studying, when I was marrying, I never knew that I was coming to New Zealand. But when I started church stuff, that's when
God has his own
they
way.
prophesied to me that I was coming to New Zealand, which was so good. So I waited a step by step, but it went through deliverance, fasting,
Yeah.
prayer,
Commitment, yes.
reading the Bible.
Bibles, yeah.
All the time you sleep, you have dreams,
Dreams,
and I ended up coming to New Zealand.
God is good.
God is good in all the situations.
No, yeah, God is good.
So many people here, especially in New Zealand, they always ask me, how did you know about New Zealand? I knew about New Zealand in church. I never knew that New Zealand was there, but when the pastor was preaching, he was like, I see you, God is taking you to New Zealand. Direct, not even saying abroad.
Yes.
You better get passport. And I was like, me, getting passport? Okay. So with time, things started working on by themselves up to today. I'm still in the journey of New Zealand.
Yeah, God is good.
So that is my life, how I come to New Zealand. I came...
Your kids came in first, or you?
my husband first, my children, you see, it was a process. My husband, my children, then me. Later, I came on 30th of March 2023.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 30th of March 2023. And here I am, sitting in Moa Park.
Discussing with your friend.
With my friend Betty from Pacific.
Oh, we are happy now.
We are so happy.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you for listening to our story. We love you so much. Subscribe.
And more to
like,
come.
And comment. More to come. More is coming to you.
Thank you.
Love you so much.
You all.
Bye.